get to Current Event Wednesday. Today's charity is Music for All. It is another organization that is in advocacy of keeping music in the schools. And rather than talk about it myself, I'm actually going to link you to the Project for Awesome video, because I thought that video was very well done and it explains it far better than I could in this video. And I will, again, be donating $25 to this organization. Now, on to Current Event Wednesday. In the news today was an issue that, given the current state of things, a lot of us probably haven't thought about too much, but it's the issue of whether or not Washington, D.C. should have a representative in Congress. As most of you know, representatives are selected from the various states based on their population. But the House of Representatives does not have a representative from Washington, D.C. because Washington, D.C. is technically not a state, and the Constitution stipulates that the representatives must be from the states. So right now, Congress and the people in Washington are debating this issue. Now, I think the original intent behind the District of Columbia not being a state was because the District of Columbia was the seat of the government, it should be set apart from the process of making the laws. Now, I don't know if I agree with that rationale, but I do think that rationale was put in place at a time when a lot of the people living in Washington, D.C. were just the people who were in the government, which is something that's not necessarily true today. So the fact remains that there is a large population of people in this country who don't have their own representative in Congress. And so far, the people who are against putting a representative from Washington, D.C. in Congress are basing their arguments solely on a plain text reading of the Constitution. It also seems to be a hugely partisan issue, and the fact that Washington, D.C. is primarily a Democratic area might have something to do with that. And it should be noted that if they do get their own representative in Congress, then Utah will also get a representative. Utah is primarily Republican, so it'll balance itself out, and so that's not entirely an issue. And so you obviously can tell my position on this issue, but I kind of want to know what you think. What do you think about the District of Columbia having its own representative in Congress? And with that, I'm going to go to my rehearsal. See you later.